Hello and welcome back to Art Club. We've got yet another day of fun ahead. So today's almost like two little projects in one. So I hope you have fun with it. We're going out with a big celebration here. So what we're going to do to get started is get our supplies ready. Because like I said, it's kind of almost like a two-in-one here. So we are going to need a straight edge. I've got this cute little ruler I may have borrowed from my children, and a pencil, a white piece of paper. We're going to need our markers and tiles, and optional would be glue, because you'll have the option of gluing down those tiles once you're done, if you want to. More on that later. For now though, I'm going to switch out my pencil for a marker so you can see it better on the camera. And we are all together here going to fold our paper in half, kind of like if you were folding it to make a card. So fold it in half, give it a nice crease there. I like to use my fingernails to give it a good crease like that. All right, because we are going to be working on one half of our piece of paper to start. And it doesn't really matter which half you choose. So here we go. The first thing that I'm going to do is make a top hat for my snowman. Now this snowman is going to be very geometric looking, and you'll find out why in a little bit. So here we go. We're going to draw a little top hat for him. Feel free, if you want to use your straight edge for this, go ahead. I want mine to have just a slight amount of curve to it, so I'm not going to do a straight edge for that. And let's see, I'm going to add a little ribbon too, like that. And if you need to pause at any point here to slow it down, definitely feel free to do that. I'm going to switch out, see if I got a nicer marker here. And I'm also going to just give this a little diagonal line because we want this to look geometric. And it's going to give us more spaces to color in. So that's going to be fun. Our next step then is going to be to draw a kind of square shape. It doesn't need to be perfect, but a square shape with one of the corners coming out of the hat. This is going to be Frosty's head. Or I guess whatever you want to name this snowman. Mine apparently is named Frosty, so there we have it. Here we go, kind of a square or rectangle shape coming out right there. And feel free to put in some eyeballs. I know that these are sideways, I promise you. It's gonna look cute when it's done. It might seem odd now, but it'll be cute. Give Frosty a little carrot nose here. Maybe a smile as well. Like that. And once again, just to kind of add to that geometric side of things and to give us more spaces to color in, I am going to actually divide my snowman's face using my straight edge in half, and careful not to go through any of those facial features. So I'm not going through the nose or the mouth. Okay. Once again, feel free, if you need to pause or rewind, go ahead and do that. Do this at your own pace. All right, next I'm going to give Frosty a scarf. So I'm going to have the scarf go from this side of his head to that side of his head. And again, from this side to that side. And we want it to kind of come down like that. There we go. And your scarf can look different too. But just kind of showing you an example of what it might look like. You might even want to do a line like this to kind of show like this is the front. You know how the scarves go around? One kind of lies in the front, one's in the back. You could do that too. All right, this is sort of an abstract snowman, isn't it? Here we go, let's continue on with our fun. So next I'm going to do a triangle body. I mean, we're just getting crazy here today. Normally we're all about like circles, right? For our snowman, we're doing squares and triangles. What is going on here? This is just craziness. All right, so maybe the neck kind of goes right here, and it's going to be hidden behind the scarf a little bit. And then I'm going to continue the body from this corner where that scarf kind of met up. Continue the body over here. And let's see. So this line, would we see it down there? Yep, we'd see a little bit down there. So I'm just going to continue that line like how it would run behind that scarf. Okay, we're going to divide Frosty's body in half as well. So here we go. Kind of find a spot somewhere towards the middle-ish and just divide it in half. And then I'm going to draw diamond, and we're just getting so crazy today. Diamond-shaped buttons. Only circles for this Frosty are the eyes, apparently, right? We're doing all kinds of geometric shapes. Speaking of all kinds of geometric shapes, we're still not done. We're going to do some of that to the background too. So the background we can kind of have be a little bit of a free-for-all. Remember the center line. If it helps you to keep your paper folded in half like this so that you don't go over the center line, you totally can do that. Maybe I'll do that for this just to show how well that works. And I'm just going to draw lines radiating out from Frosty to the edge of my paper with no exact rhyme or reason. Just kind of drawing those lines. Let's see, maybe there's one here and another one running parallel right there. Let's see, we could do one going here and maybe one here, and let's do, just for fun, another background slicer right there. Okay, so there we have our Frosty. All right, so our next step then is going to be to color this in using our markers here, and you're going to find that the markers have like a thicker side to them, and so that's what we're going to want to use as we're coloring those in. I'll show you more on that in a second, but I want to also kind of skip ahead to the next part. So what are we doing on this side? Well, on this side, we're going to do our best that we can to create a twin for this Frosty using our shapes here. So maybe I use this hexagon for the head. Maybe I tilt it that way. Maybe this for the hat. I'm just going to play around here. I'm not exactly sure how I want this to be, so you can notice I'm not gluing anything down at this time. And of course we don't want this video to take forever and ever, so I'm going to show you guys what mine has been turning out like so far. Be very careful not to bump it. There we go. Now this isn't done yet, right? It's still coming along here, but you can see what we've got going on, and some of the colors might be different too, and it's not going to be perfect, right? Because we definitely, as we drew this, we made it geometric, but we did not think about the exact shapes over here first, and that's okay. This is part of the fun. So I would continue to build Frosty over here, and once again we can glue it down eventually, or if you want, you don't even need to glue it down, because it can be kind of fun to just save these and create anything that you want. It could be on this half of the paper, it could be on a new piece of paper,